Non, vas-y. Je vais péter un câble. Je vais vraiment péter un câble. Pourquoi? Ah, décidément. C'est bon? Non, ouais, ça a l'air d'être bon. Je sais pas pourquoi. Ouais, c'est bon. C'est bon, c'est bon. On peut reprendre.
The woman's name was Alba. She came from a small town somewhere in Catalonia. I quickly got used to her constantly feeling out for her stepmother's ring and the sad guilt that would always follow in her milky eyes.
J'ai dit, j'avais pété un câble parce que la wifi, je crois que ça a marché, ça fonctionnait plus encore. Normalement, là, c'est bon. Oui.
I wasn't sure if she appreciated my company, but I couldn't leave her on her own either. By the time we reached Los Arcos, she'd stopped talking, while I kept on dropping a kind word here and there to let her know I was still by her side.
Ok. On fait le chemin avec elle? Je sais même pas où on est. On est en
Alba
Espagne?
believed herself to
On
be
est en
of
Espagne.
weak
Pourquoi il y avait
mind
des
and
avions?
body, and yet she walked the Camino with a strong sense of purpose that willed her onward. It made me wonder about what I'd told her about my own journey. Did I hope for love, or was I really traveling because I needed him to forgive me? But what was there to forgive? My decision to marry Alfred had been in the best interest of the people of Shiring. It was a sacrifice I had to make to stop the evil reign of William Hamley.
Alors,
These questions had haunted me for a long time now. But if I really was going to see Jack soon, it was time to make up my mind.
surtout qu'Alfred, maintenant, il travaille pour William Hamlet. Oh là là. Après, je peux comprendre, il a trouvé du travail pour vivre. Ah, Léon.
Around Lyon, the path began to gradually turn uphill. It was only 2 more weeks till we'd reached Santiago. The baby was in a good mood, and so, surprisingly, was Alba.
Bah, normal, c'est bientôt la fin du voyage.
After Astorga, the trail got more difficult. Alba became slower and slower, and we had to rest more. She became quiet again. The strain on her old body grew, and she worried that she might not be able to reach the end. Still, we managed to push onward.
Ok. Je trouve très drôle les têtes qui sont mises là.
The next morning, she refused to get up. Her breathing was disturbingly shallow, and she hardly noticed me touching her forehead. Everything hurts, she said, and urged me to continue without her.
C'est
Of
jamais
course,
qu'elle
I
meurt.
stayed with her. I brought her food and water and sat by her side. But day after day, her condition grew worse. She kept on urging me to go, to find Jack, saying the monks of Ponferrada would take care of her.
Reste encore. Pas
I'd
grave.
hardly known her, and most of the time she'd tried to push me away, as if she considered herself a nuisance that slowed me down and who didn't deserve company. It wasn't until a few moments before she died that, for the first time, she smiled at me, and I like to believe that she saw me smile back.
Je savais qu'elle allait mourir.
I still like to believe that here, in this unlikely place, dying next to a near stranger, she'd found a moment of serenity and happiness, but she'd not reached Santiago.
Elle va peut-être prendre sa bague et la ramener là-bas.
When I left, that thought still haunted me. To see that a journey could come to an end so suddenly. But what would be different if she had reached Santiago?
Ou pas.
Could she have been disappointed by what she found?
Je veux dire, à quelques jours près, ça aurait rien changé. Bon, on est resté avec elle jusqu'au bout. Elle était avec quelqu'un, quoi. Après un mois sur le chemin, ouais, c'est vrai.
After months of hard travel, the child and I finally reached Santiago de Compostela. In the evening, we attended Mass in the great cathedral, then started to roam the town looking for my dear Jack. It was almost dawn when finally a priest pointed me to an inn close by.
Allez, on espère qu'elle le trouve. Alors, pèlerin. Un pèlerin se repose ici, l'air est doux pendant la nuit. Quand il fait chaud ici. Quelqu'un les a laissés ici, on les a oubliés. Un groupe de pèlerins ayant abusé de la boisson. Elle doit avoir passé beaucoup de monde. Je me rapproche du but. Un feu crépitant, il procure une douce chaleur. Ok, ok. Une autre cathédrale, Jacques est peut-être venu ici, ils ne sont jamais s'enlacer.
Buenos dias. Do you understand me?
Sinto ben, pero non temos camas dispoñibles.
No, I don't need a room. I was told a friend of mine stayed here some time ago. A red-haired Englishman called Jack. Do you remember him?
Eu só che falo en galego, miña rula.
Français? English?
Ah, comment ça oublier les détails de son visage?
I'm looking for a man who likes to read a lot.
E logo anda sempre cun libro en riba.
Have you seen anyone like that?
Pero, por que levas un libro en riba? Basta escangallar co peso.
She doesn't even understand that I'm looking for a person yet.
Yes. Peut-être que je suis le pèlerin? Non.
I already tried that. No one has seen or heard about Jack. I doubt anyone wants this book around here.
Une auberge parmi tant d'autres. Pour les pèlerins, on m'a dit que Jack avait dormi ici. Que puis-je faire? Ah. Dire qu'il a les cheveux rouges.
Oh, que cousiña! Eche rubio!
See, redhead. Have you seen his father, Padre del Niño? Jack Builder?
Ven sendo un peregrino?
What?
É un peregrino?
Peregrino?
No. He's not a pilgrim.
Ah.
Entón, quen ven sendo?
Let me show you something.
Légère, peu de temps.
I was told he used to stay here.
Dis que o rubio está aquí?
Yes.
Ah, xa sei a quen andas a buscar. Xurxo!
Wow.
Que foi?
O raparigo este é che fillo teu?
Pois, non che sei. Case que non,
Non.
No, he's not the man I'm looking for.
Semella que desta aínda zafas.
He's a mason. He builds things like that.
Ah, é che masón. Albanel.
See, a mason. It's the same word in Galician.
Por aquí pasan unha morea de masóns. Non me poderías dicir algo máis sobre el?
Oín falar dun masón que dis que se dedica a traducir libros en Toledo.
Polo visto, Di que se chama Jack.
Ah,
Yes, Jack. Have you seen him?
Non sei cal será o seu apelido, pero ben é certo que non hai moitos masóns rubios aos que lles guste ler. Se tan desesperada está, por que non vai a Toledo a comprobalo por si mesma?
Entón,
voyons.
marchou para Toledo.
Toledo. Il est parti à Tolède.
He went to Toledo?
A Toledo marchou, sí.
Toledo.
Di que o teu Jack podería estar en Toledo.
All right, so I will go to Toledo then.
On a une piste.
Gracias.
Merci.
I just pray that I understood you correctly.
Bah moi aussi de même, j'espère. C'est compliqué. Toledo, c'est où ça? Elle va encore marcher? Oh, Tolède, c'est jusqu'en bas de l'Espagne. Eh ben. Un mois après avoir quitté Saint-Jacques-de-Compostelle. Toledo. Tolède.
Buenos dias. Parlez-vous français? English?
Of course. How may I help you?
I was told a man named Jack Builder lives in this house.
Who told you this?
A group of scholars living at the edge of town. They said he used to translate old scriptures about mathematics before he moved here.
Please wait here. I will talk with Master Rashid.
Oh, maître Rachid. Elle va te trouver. Yes. Et ben. Quelle fontaine merveilleuse, on dirait presque une véritable source. C'est grande et lumineuse, rien à voir avec les maisons de chez nous. Je sais pas en fait ce qui va se passer. Genre en fait, Jacques doit les adorer. Il ne souhaite pas partir s'il était plus heureux sans moi. Aïe aïe aïe. Bah, c'est vrai que c'est une question non, de ce qui... Voilà. Il me rappelle le cloître de Kingsbridge. Et la seule différence qui protège du soleil et non au froid. Ok. On regarde à l'intérieur. Oh, ça y a des jouets. Je pense qu'il faut rentrer quand même. On rentre. Il va lui dire, mais pourquoi vous faites là? Qu'est-ce que vous faites? C'est du beau travail, il paraît bien plus réel qu'une peinture. Ah, tiens, tiens, l'œuvre de qui? Qu'est-ce donc? Un oiseau artificiel relié à... Je ne saurais pas dire. Très élaboré, je n'ai jamais rien vu de pareil. Jacques adorait cet endroit. Le travail d'un artisan minutieux. Il n'y a rien dessus. Ok. Je peux faire quoi? Bon, attends, peut-être qu'il faut faire ça et le visage avec la fonte.
Ah, it's his.
Jacques ici, c'est la prof que je cherche. De ce que je cherchais. Oh merde, il y a une meuf. Ah, je sais que... Oh. J'espère qu'elle va rien dire. La fille du propriétaire, elle est jolie. 3 petits points.
Oh, there you are. May I ask who let you stroll around our house?
I was asked to wait here.
Yes, my servant told me already. My father's not here at the moment, so you'll have to make do with me. Unfortunately, I must disappoint you. There's no one called Jack living in this house.
Oh.
Maybe he took a different name then.
I'm sorry. but this is not easy for any of us.
De quoi?
I think you should know that Jack and I are promised to each other. Maybe we should go inside. The sun's burning, and my mother doesn't need to hear us.
Quoi? Non.
Jack told me about you. You are Aliena. You're the one who rejected him and married his stepbrother.
Yes.
And now you want him back.
I need my son to meet his father.
His father? The little one is Jack's son.
Yes.
He is.
He always said that he had come here to find out about his family. But instead, he found out about everything else. About philosophy, mathematics. When he and my father met, it was love at first sight. They studied together and made great plans. But in the end, Jack would always start talking about his cathedral again. This great church he would build one day. Rib vaults and pointed windows. He'd ramble on about it for hours and stare up at that ceiling. We three sat here for hours and talked. And then in the evenings, it would be just the two of us. So many strange ideas about the future. Some barely more than silly dreams. Others almost in arm's reach.
You're talking about him as if he were gone.
Well, he's not here anymore. My father had offered him work as a master builder here in Toledo. He would have been well off and free to spend his evenings under vaults like this, with me as his wife.
Mais il a dit non?
But in the end, he refused.
Yes. Pourquoi il a dit qu'il était promis à elle? Qu'est-ce qu'il me
Tell
raconte?
me, did you really marry his stepbrother?
Yes. C'était une erreur.
It was a mistake. I know that now. I did it to fulfill a promise I'd made to my father. I thought I had no choice. I didn't want to hurt him. Believe me.
I do. You know,
Quoi?
he left me because of you.
Ah. Yes. Toujours amoureux.
Even after all you did to him, he couldn't let go. You can be glad that you ran into me and not my mother. She was enraged when he left.
He can have that effect on people.
But apart from that, we made our peace with him. Father even gave him one of his favorite pieces of his collection as a parting gift.
La
A
poupée?
small wooden statue with stone eyes in exchange for his slingshot.
Ah merde, je l'ai prise.
Would you mind telling me where he went?
He went to Paris to work on the Cathedral of Saint-Denis.
Encore?
He said he
Wow.
never found out about his father, so there was no reason to stay down here anymore.
Paris?
Yes. If you find him there, tell him I don't miss him.
Thank you, and all the best to your family.
Thank you. What is the child's name, by the way?
On l'a pas appelé.
He has none yet. I wouldn't name him without Jack.
Isn't that a bit silly?
Maybe. But he's his son as well as mine. It's his right to have a say in it too.
Then off to Paris. That baby needs a name.
He will get one. Thank you.
Alors, j'ai volé la fonte, c'est pas grave. Putain, elle est descendue tout en bas pour après tout remonter. Waouh. Elle a mis combien de temps? Au moins 6 mois pour descendre.
I travelled back along the way of St. James, passing through Astorga, Lyon, and Burgos. I crossed the Pyrenees, revisiting Bordeaux, Angoulême, Poitiers, but never stayed longer than one night. The closer I came to Paris, the stronger my old doubts and fears resurfaced. If Jack really was there, what was I to say to him? I'd pull him very, very close, wishing for all the wounds to heal as quickly as they could.
N'empêche, le bébé, il a fait le plus grand voyage de sa vie. Même elle, elle a découvert des villes. 3 mois plus tard. Paris. Attends, là, ça va faire au moins 1 an qu'elle sera partie, donc ça va faire 2 ans qu'il est parti. Basilique de Saint-Denis. Ah, bah c'était la basilique qui était en construction. Je crois. Ou non, c'était une autre. Je ne m'en souviens plus. Enfin arrivé. Il n'est pas ici. Peut-être qu'il n'est pas du tout ici. Non, ce n'est pas lui. Non, non, non. Peut-être qu'il n'est pas du tout ici. Hop.
No, I'll find him myself.
Ok, pas de soucis.
They'll only tell me to leave. They always do.
Ah, ça se passe toujours comme ça. Ok. La cathédrale tout entière est en chantier. Se peut-il vraiment qu'il soit ici? Voudra-t-il me voir? Je pense qu'il va tomber des nues. Ah, regardez qui c'est. Il est là. C'est magnifique, à couper le souffle.
There, there. Are we awake then? You almost missed this.
Les vitraux.
Look at these colourful windows. Look at the light.
C'est dit, je rêve.
Ali,
We came to see you, Jack.
we... Is he...
He is your son.
My son?
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Ali, where do we go from here?
Oh,
Wherever we go,
comme si de rien s'était passé.
I want to go with you.
Will you marry me?
Mais bien sûr, si elle le peut bien sûr.
Both of you?
We will. We stayed in Paris as husband and wife. And our son, Tommy.
Tommy,
The days went by quickly.
référence à
Jack
Tom.
had learned much working as a builder in Saint-Denis. Days became months. Then after a year, we both grew restless. Where can we go from here? We asked ourselves again. We both confessed that we wanted to see our families, our friends. And then we knew where we wanted to go,
Ah, donc ils vont retourner au pays.
even if it was in shambles.
Ah ouais. J'imagine pas qu'est-ce qui s'est passé. Port de Cherbourg. Là où tout a commencé. Du moins,
We
par
need to
rapport à-
hurry. The ship to England will leave soon.
What's going on here?
Whatever it is, if the crowd doesn't clear up, we'll miss our ship.
C'est un cadeau de Rachid. Il n'a pas été facile pour lui de s'en séparer. Mais il a fini par insister pour que je le prenne. Ah, on joue Jacques maintenant. Elle est restée bien au chaud dans sa boîte et le bois est un peu humide à prendre. Personne ne fait attention à nous.
Could make the horse get their attention.
Or ride it through the crowd.
That sounds a bit dangerous, doesn't it?
You think?
Un prêtre, peut-être pourrait-il nous aider. Il sent un peu la bière, ok.
Do you know what's going on?
Oh, chaos. I can't get these people to calm down. God knows I tried.
What happened?
The jongleur told the crowd a few stories. Then he sold people some miracle charms, but it was just fairy tales and painted stones.
Well, it always is.
I know, but I'd need a real miracle to calm them down now. Otherwise, they'll rip him apart.
Ah mince. La foule menace de lyncher, il est très énervé. Il semble très remonté, ça risque de mal tourner.
Excuse me.
What's going on here?
He's a thief. He told us lies and stole our money.
But isn't that just a simple jongleur?
That poor man. We need to help him.
Behold the Holy Virgin.
If it takes a miracle to make these fools stop, then give them one.
You're right. I have to make her weep. It's the only way.
J'adorerais reposer un endroit ombragé. Hein? Quelqu'un s'est abonné, mais qui est-ce? Du moins... J'arrive pas à voir. Ah, attendez, je vais regarder. Merci à Wenenson de s'être abonné. Du moins de me suivre. Merci. Non. Un peu ombragé. J'espère que le let's play...
Behold the Holy Virgin.
If it takes a miracle to make these fools stop, then give them one.
You're right. I have to make her weep. It's the only way.
Ok, ouais, je sais. Là, ça fonte. Peut-être que c'est plus loin. On peut lui parler? Non.
She doesn't do anything yet, but if I stood with her where it's colder...
Non, mais j'ai compris. Peut-être le prêtre.
Have you tried calming them down?
I did, but a single priest just wasn't enough.
Non.
Oh, what a remarkably foreign-looking likeness of the Holy Virgin.
Do you think this might calm them down?
I've already tried appealing to their faith. It would require a direct word from God to calm them down.
Je vais voir si je peux pas aller plus loin. Non. Le cheval, il a rien fait. On peut essayer.
No, it's not impressed.
Il fait ni chaud ni froid. Je teste tout. Ah, c'est sur le cheval. Ok. Ah, j'aimerais bien être dans le coin ici. Ah, voilà, moi j'ai rien dit. Je suis nulle, je suis débile. J'aurais dû faire ça depuis le début.
Do you see? It's working.
Your friend Rashid must be quite the miracle worker.
Un liquide se forme sous ses yeux. Ah là, c'est bon, on peut la montrer à la foule. Calmez-vous, la Sainte Vierge pleure.
Look!
What's going on? The Holy Mother. She's crying.
Revere the Holy Mother, for she has blessed us with a sign from the heavens. Cease your doings right now and witness the miracle.
It's true. Lord in heaven. Why is she crying?
She weeps for your sins. What has this man done to you that you would treat him like a wild animal?
He tricked us and took our coin.
And you would kill him for your own foolishness. The Holy Virgin weeps, for you are not living by the word of God.
It is the Mother of God.
Forgive us, Holy Mother. Where did she come from?
For hundreds of years, she languished in the land of the Saracens. Dormant, she has been waiting for the one to bring her home.
Listen to what he has to say. The Holy Virgin has chosen this young family to protect her. Tell us all where you are headed.
Her destination is beyond these waters. In the small town of Kingsbridge, in the earldom of Shiring. There she wants to rest.
Kingsbridge? Where's that?
Hail Mary!
Make way for the Holy Virgin!
Hallelujah!
Make Robert well!
Huh?
Blessed Mary, let my daughter conceive.
Give us a good harvest!
They're donating to ask for her blessing.
Oh. The weeping Madonna shall hear your prayer. And with your donations, I shall build her a new shrine at Kingsbridge, a cathedral.
Ah putain, vieille femme, c'est quoi? Genre c'est...
It's you!
C'est peut-être la mère du père de Louis.
Who do you mean?
You! The red
Oh non, j'ai rien dit. Le fantôme rouge.
A ghost?
My husband is very much alive. I've known him since he was 12 years old.
But he drowned. My God, you drowned. 24 years ago.
24 ans.
On the white ship.
Oh. Attends, mon Jacques.
My Jacques.
His name was Jacques.
Jacques Cherbourg.
Jack. Cherbourg.
Ah, Cherbourg. On va en apprendre plus sur son père. Vous avez ressenti l'excitation sur le bateau vers la Normandie. Vous avez posé des questions à Cherbourg, mais a été rédigé par... vous êtes rédigé vers Harfleur. Vous et votre bébé êtes tombés malades, mais vous avez réussi à vous en sortir. Vous avez aidé un autre pèlerin sur le chemin de Saint-Jacques. Vous êtes entré discrètement dans les archives de Rachid. Vous avez volé la fronde de Jacques chez Rachid. Vous avez retrouvé Jacques à Paris. Vous avez décidé de rentrer à Kingsbridge. Vous avez sauvé un jongleur de la foule enragée. Vous avez rencontré la grand-mère de Jack et avez enfin appris le sort de son père. Waouh, il était long le 15e chapitre. Chapitre 16. Le retour. Kingsbridge. Ah, Kingsbridge. Moi, je me demande qu'est-ce c'est devenu Kingsbridge. Ah, on revoit Philippe.
So much has grown. But there are no roots, no herbs.
Elle a dû grandir.
What are you looking at, Jonathan?
The garden is in disorder. I want it to be right again, but I don't know how to do it.
Before I became prior, I thought the same about Kingsbridge.
Well, what did you do?
I cleaned up.
Where do we start?
D'arracher une mauvaise herbe, après tu plantes.
Some plants are weeds and must go before we can plant new seeds.
What are weeds?
They take away what the other plants need to grow. Light, water, room.
What do we do?
Pluck them. They look a lot like every other plant, so you need to learn how to tell them apart. Here, you see those? They're called wood sorrel. Let's pluck only those for now.
I'll do it.
If you insist. Make sure to pull out all of the thin roots.
And now what do I do?
For plants to take root, the soil must be loose and fertile.
So, may I dig now?
Avec ses mains? Ok.
Done. What's next?
Après tu plantes et après t'arroses. Normalement c'est ça. Si je me trompe pas.
Stay here. I'll be right back.
N'empêche, parmi les moines, c'est toujours les meilleurs qui partent. Ceux qui restent, c'est pas les plus ouf. Hein. C'est pas le petit pot qui aimait bien, je sais plus comment il s'appelle. Je sais plus.
Now, where did you put them?
Pas dans son beau pot là.
Ah, here they are.
Ah, il y a encore les plantes ouais, que j'avais mis à Milius.
I found these nuts for you. Remember, Milius? You always said that one day there will be a beech tree growing here. I think it's about time.
Triste. Les deux là, c'était les meilleurs moines.
What did you bring?
Do you remember Milius? A kind man with a warm smile. Well, he told me to give you this.
Whoa!
Now we just have to wait.
All right.
Il faut arroser, non? On va attendre longtemps quoi.
How long?
Too long for us to keep sitting here.
That long.
Some things take time. And only with patience will you receive your reward.
Why do we have to do all these things if all we had to do is wait?
Simply waiting would not have been enough, Jonathan. You just paved the way for things to take their course.
Faut aller arroser le truc avant.
They are happening right now. And in a few days' time, we will return and see the first green leaf of something new.
Is it God's reward?
Maybe.
De la nature.
Does he make things grow?
You made it.
No, I just planted the seed.
Ah bah c'est bon.
Now you can fetch some water from the rain barrel.
But that water's smelly. It's been there forever. There are many trees by the river. I bet that water's better.
That's a longer walk, though.
I don't mind. The distance is worth it.
Maybe you're right.
Ok.
It is worth it. Let's walk together then.
But I'll carry the bucket.
N'empêche, je pense que ce sera Jack plus tard dans la journée qui va construire la cathédrale.
Remigius holding the sermon. What's gotten into Philip?
Remigius, il est parti du côté de l'ennemi.
Our church lies in ruins. But all of this, these dire times, have revealed something important to us. Something that, maybe until today, I wasn't aware of.
What do you mean?
You've been praying in these ruins. But you've been praying like you always did, in humbleness. We don't need a church for prayer.
Where else are we going to pray? The chapter house? The church is where God resides.
God doesn't work in the ways we might assume. Today, Jonathan tended to our garden to make it beautiful again. And he told me of things I almost had forgotten.
Oh, parce qu'il a perdu la foi.
Good and evil are not in here or out there.
Ils sont partout.
They are within each of us.
Que l'homme est Dieu.
We have witnessed that man carries the devil in his heart. But even before he can take a hold of man, God is born within us, as we were created in his image. Prayer needs no special place, for we are his church. In our actions, he exists.
We are God's temple.
No man is closer to God than any other man. Whether you pray in church or on the streets of our towns, whether you're a man, woman, monk, or bishop.
Philip, look outside. You have to see them. You've got to see the horses and the colours.
Et je ouvre les
Jonathan.
couleurs. Écoutez.
Now, what's going on?
I heard noises and I went to look.
Calm down. What happened?
But the priest said they brought a miracle.
Who? What? What priest?
Ah.
Step right up, brothers and sisters. For you are about to see something that will change your life.
Who is that?
They brought us a miracle.
A miracle?
Don't be shy. There is no danger, just awe that awaits you here.
Ok.
Ah, you must be Prior Philip.
Ah.
I am Brother Reynold.
Bah,
I have
c'est
been sent
Aliena
by the
et
Archbishop
Jack
of
qui en est
Canterbury.
cachés.
Here is his letter, in case you have reasonable doubts.
Être de l'archevêque de Canterbury. À la date du 20 janvier 1141. Philippe de Kingsbridge, je vous implore par la présence d'accepter la grâce de Madone qui pleure, car elle a choisi Kingsbridge pour sanctuaire. Après que les rumeurs du miracle sont arrivées à mes oreilles, j'ai demandé à la procession de venir me voir. Je l'ai alors vue que de mes propres yeux. Elle est bien réelle. Je me suis approprié le miracle pour l'Angleterre et je comptais la garder à Winchester. Mais les gardiens de la Madone m'ont convaincu autrement. Ils sont venus en Angleterre que pour soutenir la construction de Kingsbridge. Vous avez ma bénédiction. Filles de Kingsbridge, j'attends de vous que vous restauriez votre prieuré pour être digne de la Sainte Madone. Au rebout, Carlson.
We've been charged to accompany the Weeping Madonna. She is to replace the loss of your relic, Saint Adolphus the Martyr, who was taken from you, I hear, with brute force.
What?
On her travel from far away Africa, she has collected donations to reward Kingsbridge for your faith in her and in the Lord.
Et leur gosse, il est où?
I can't believe this. What is all this?
You do believe. That is why she came. And that is why you shall witness her miracle for yourself
Non,
today.
il y a un beau design graphique, on va dire.
The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa. A baptized Saracen was her former guardian. And I and the custodians of the Holy Virgin were chosen to take her on a journey.
Baptized? What country did you say you came from?
We have traveled all the way from a place of wonders too marvelous to behold. The faraway land of Africa.
J'ai pas...
Africa has many countries, I've heard.
Yes, it does. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles.
What's it like in Africa?
The sun is always shining, and miracles happen every day. It's a land of great deserts, fig trees, and creatures that an Englishman can't even dream up.
Like these horses. Are they horses?
They are not. To you, they might resemble horses, but the name the Africans have for these creatures is impossible to pronounce, even for me. But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter? This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. She said, "You shall build me a new church in Kingsbridge."
Ok.
So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury.
You mentioned there were fig trees in Africa. What are they?
It's a fruit, of course. It looks like a strawberry and tastes like a pear.
The scripture mentions these figs, and they sound nothing like that. Why is that?
No two apples look or taste alike. The same goes for figs, and doubly so.
I'm getting the impression that this man has never even been to Africa. But why would he lie?
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you. All of
pas à
you.
leur place, celle-là ne ressemble pas à une procession chrétienne.
I will
Plutôt
tell
un
you
cirque
again,
ambulant,
dear
effectivement.
brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna
Un sanctuaire
has
itinérant
chosen
qui est vraiment
you.
construit pour les
All of
révoltés
you.
révoltaires. Ok. Déjà, on donne de l'argent
I
pour
could
nous.
have
Moi,
continued
je suis
to
entendu
carry
parler de
her
lui.
from town to
Qu'est-ce qui se
town
passe?
until my flesh succumbed. But this was not her will.
Excuse me. Don't interrupt.
I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters.
Hey! Shh!
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure? In the beginning, I was not.
What is in this book will not
I
help
only
me
had
more than
my
the answers
faith.
I can find in my
I knew
own
not
heart.
Il
her
a
powers
abandonné la
or
Bible.
destination.
Ok.
Nevertheless,
Je
I
pense que
carried
c'est
her
plus
for
près.
many miles. Now,
Ok.
brothers
Les animaux bien
and
étranges, ils ont deux bosses sur le dos.
I have heard
Ah!
that life has
Ils ont voulu
not
faire des
been
chameaux.
kind to Kingsbridge.
Un andromadaire. Je sais plus c'est qui a deux bosses.
Almost like
And
horses.
in dark times like these,
Hollow.
that God's
Feels like a
light
wicker basket covered in
shines
pelt.
brightest.
Ok. Des plumes de pingouins, il y a des pingouins en Afrique?
Do you speak English?
No English, no campandare. No.
Oh, what's this? I think you might have stepped into horse dung.
What? Where?
No English, is it?
Ahaha.
Just un poco, si.
Could you talk to this man, Martha?
Yes, it's strange. He was quite talkative just a moment ago. He told me he was from Damascus in Africa.
Isn't Damascus in Arabia?
There's one in Africa too, I'm sure.
Why are you pretending you can't speak English?
No inglese. Malade.
Malade en plus en français. Elle paraît optimiste toujours, elle a été aussi monstrueuse, mais on ne peut pas la quitter d'esprit naïf.
Have they revealed the miracle yet?
Not yet.
Tant d'espoir dans leurs yeux, ils sont déjà convaincus.
My dear people.
Oh, I'm so excited to see a true miracle. Did you hear that? The Madonna has chosen us.
She's come all the way from Africa.
Ah, il peut pas. Ah, mais il y a Rémi Gélus, il est toujours là.
Jonathan?
They're about to show the miracle. Look.
This church of Kingsbridge. You must wonder.
C'est un garçon crédule, il accorde facilement sa confiance. Ok. Il est sceptique lui aussi, il s'oppose toujours à ce qui est nouveau.
Brother Reynolds. I've heard of a Reynolds from the coast. A scheming drunkard who lives as a traveling monk.
Ah.
You think that's him?
Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. I don't trust him either way.
So we set off with the blessing of
Des indices révélateurs.
Archbishop
Oh,
Canterbury.
oh. Il y a le petit, il a grandi. Tant d'espoir dans leurs yeux, ils sont déjà convaincus.
Please, everyone.
Shh. We want to listen to his story.
But it is in places
Je ne l'ai jamais vu auparavant. Leur accoutrement me paraît familier et doit faire partie de la procession.
that God's light shines brightest.
Tell me the truth. Why are you here?
We are guardians of the Holy Virgin that sheds tears. We were appointed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, but it was the Holy Virgin herself who chose us while she travelled through Europe.
Oh, yes. How did that happen?
She speaks without words.
On s'est parlé sans mots.
And along the road, over the sea,
Oh, le petit garçon.
and all the way to Kingsbridge.
La tapisserie cache une voile blanche. Un tissu très ordinaire. Du bois, il semble vieux et usé, mais on ne le voit pas devant. Qu'as-tu là-dedans? Je ne connais pas. Pourtant, son visage me rappelle quelqu'un. Oh, il est trop mignon.
I will tell you again. The Weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters.
Ouais, bon,
The
ouais.
Weeping Madonna has chosen
There is
you,
much to contemplate.
all of you.
Not now.
Alors vas-y, montre-moi ton miracle.
You heard me correctly. It was a long journey.
Je vais faire quoi? Qui sont ces
The
étrangers?
Weeping Madonna came to me in a
Je reparle au
faraway
gender.
land named Africa.
Another question.
Bonjour, mi no comprendere, no comprendere, no comprendere.
A baptized Saracen was her former guardian, and I
Ah,
and the
pardon.
custodians of
You
the
don't
Holy
need to be
Virgin
here
were chosen to
if
take
it's
her
too
on a
loud
journey.
for you.
Baptized?
Mary.
A Saracen.
Pauvre Marie, cela fait des années qu'elle ne parle plus. Depuis qu'elle a perdu son mari. Oh merde.
Why was Kingsbridge chosen to be the home of
Pas
the
maintenant,
Holy
pas maintenant.
Virgin?
I don't like this. There's something fishy about him.
Oui.
She said,
Remigius thinks this is suspicious.
"You shall
This
build
time,
me
he might
a
be
new
right.
church in Kingsbridge."
Did you hear what he said? What is this place? Africa.
So we set
He's
off
too excited.
with the blessing
I don't
of
like this.
Archbishop Theobald
Mhm.
of Canterbury. You must be thinking, how can he be so
Il n'y a personne à l'intérieur, tout le monde est sorti pour voir le
In the beginning,
spectacle.
I was not.
Ce n'est pas le moment, mais
I
bon,
only
ça va ce
had
qui se
my
passe.
faith. I knew not her powers or destination.
Peut-être qu'il faut juste que j'attende devant.
So you're telling me this is a real miracle?
A miracle, a blessing, a wonder.
I will tell you again, dear brothers
Ok.
and sisters. The
Bon, on
weeping
va rester devant
Madonna
pour voir si c'est ça. Faut
chosen
attendre
you,
peut-être. Toi qui fasses son discours de charabia là.
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure?
Mhm.
In the beginning, I was not. I only had my faith. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles, and I will tell you again. She is a true miracle that will change your life as she changed mine. Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me. She wanted to go home, but where? It came to me in a dream.
Not now.
It was Kingsbridge.
What is in
I
this
will tell
book
you
will not
again,
help me more than
dear
the
brothers
answers I
and
can find
sisters.
in my own
The
heart.
weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. I could have continued to carry her from town to town until my flesh succumbed. But this was not her will. But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter?
Si vous avez une idée.
This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. And I will tell you again.
Elle a choisi.
She is a true miracle that will change your life as she changed mine.
There is much to contemplate, but not now.
Many bore witness to her miracle
Not
before
now.
it dawned upon me.
What is in this book will not help
She
me more than
wanted
the
to
answers
go
I can find in
home.
my own
But
heart.
where?
Bah j'ai
It
pas
came to me
d'habitude,
in a
il y a un
dream.
truc là pour.
It was Kingsbridge. You must be thinking, how can he be so sure? In the beginning, I was not. I only had my faith. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for
En bref,
many
ils
miles.
disent la même chose.
I will tell you again,
Je peux rien
dear
faire.
brothers and sisters, the weeping Madonna
Ils sont tous
has all of
omnibulés
you.
par.
And I will tell you again.
There is much to contemplate,
She is a
but
true
not now.
miracle that will
Mhm.
change your life as
Ah,
she
que puis-je faire?
changed mine. Many bore witness. She wanted
Not
to
now.
go home.
Oui, bah, je veux que je fasse quoi?
It came to me in a dream.
Public, moine,
It
cuisine,
was Kingsbridge.
Rémilius, Jonathan, cathédrale. Bah, j'ai tous fait.
It was a long
Je peux faire quoi d'autre?
The weeping Madonna came to me in
What
a
is in this
faraway
book will
land
not help me
named
more than the
Africa.
answers I can find in my own
Baptized
heart.
Saracen was her former guardian.
Ou alors ça va bugger, je sais
There is
pas.
much to contemplate,
Custodians of the Holy
but not
Virgin
now.
were chosen to take her on a journey.
Not now.
Baptized.
Baptisé.
Saracen. I will tell
What
you
is in this
again,
book will not...
dear brothers and
Et
sisters.
t'as que ça, ton book. J'arrive pas trop la solution.
Has chosen
Non, il peut pas aller vers la cathédrale pour maintenant. Ça sert à rien d'aller là-bas.
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure?
Parce qu'en soi, là, c'est juste pour
In the beginning, I was not.
savoir ce que ça dit.
I only had
Je
my
parle à tout le
faith.
monde.
I knew not her powers
Les
or
gosses devant et tout ça.
destination.
Bah, je sais pas, je vais rester devant pour voir.
Nevertheless,
Mais...
I carried her
Je ne
for
sais pas.
many miles. You must wonder. What?
Allez,
She
fais quelque
said-
chose, s'il te plaît.
You shall build me a new church in Kingsbridge. So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters. The weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. Now, brothers and sisters, I have heard that life has not been kind to Kingsbridge, but it is in places like these, and in dark times like these, that God's light shines brightest. And along the road, over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge.
Je peux pas partir.
Devout Christians have given money for the building of the church of the Weeping Madonna.
Ah, il me saoule, hein. Tout le temps à parler fort, je sais pas quoi faire. Prêtre.
You must be thinking,
there is much to contemplate.
How can he be so
Not
sure?
now.
In the beginning, I was not. I only had my faith. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles. You heard me correctly. It was a long journey. The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa. A baptized Saracen was her former guardian. And I and the custodians of the Holy Virgin were chosen to take her on a journey.
Baptized?
Je sais pas.
Saracen?
Oh là là. Après, moi, le seul truc qu'il me dit, c'est le garçon derrière, mais je sais pas.
Chosen to be the home of the... She said,
Je ne sais pas. Peut-être qu'il sait parler, hein.
"You shall build me a new
Parce qu'il a juste dit, ouais, c'est un garçon. Ah bah voilà.
So we set off.
J'aurais dû aller dessus depuis le début.
Of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury.
Demandez au garçon pourquoi il se cache. Demandez au garçon s'il ne peut pas avoir le miracle.
It was a long
I am Philip. Who are you, young man?
The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa. A baptized
Why are you
Saracen
hiding?
was her former guardian. And I and the custodians of the Holy Virgin were chosen to take her
That's
on
not
a
fit
journey.
for a shrine.
Baptized?
Nothing sacred about this.
And I
Ouais.
will tell you again. She
Et
is a true miracle.
il n'y a rien de sacré. Ok. Oh, on a une vision plus de loin.
To her miracle. Before it dawned, can you feel it?
C'est bon? Ah, je
Brothers
peux plus rien faire.
and sisters, you
Enfin.
are about to witness a miracle.
Il va se taire.
The Madonna knows how you have suffered. The Virgin Mother had to witness the rise and fall of her Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and never stopped believing. Kingsbridge has endured many hardships. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the ground.
How do you know this?
And your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have suffered the ruthless destruction of your market, homes, and lives.
Dada!
All of you
Ah,
have lost husbands, wives, and children, family and friends.
Dada!
Dada, oui.
All of you know how it is to be hungry.
C'est bon,
and
j'en ai marre d'écouter l'autre, hein, je suis.
Jack! Aliena.
Philip. But this is a miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Oui.
Well, Philip, do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy? But... It's been almost 3 years since I last saw you, Jack.
3 ans.
Where
Okay.
on earth did you find him?
I'd almost given up looking for him. Then Tommy found him.
And you decided to come back.
Well, this is our home, after all.
Then what on earth is all this? This miracle?
With the Madonna, we were able to collect donations for your priory and for Kingsbridge.
Really?
C'est un miracle.
We can start anew. We can rebuild the cathedral.
What's the catch?
I'll get to be master builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colors, and ideas. Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here?
Because this is home.
The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole cathedral. But to me, it looks like about £100. You know, that won't even pay for a year's work.
Like all of this, it's a symbol. Enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors and donations again.
You mean I should be thankful for these lies and tricks?
Jack! Aliena! You came back!
We wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you! And the little one!
Tommy.
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge.
Ouais.
Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
We need to visit
Qui est encore Richard?
What's wrong, Mother?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too. Very glad.
N'empêche, elle a
She
pas
looks
trouvé
like she's
de
about to
quelqu'un.
cry. She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
Ah là là,
The miracle!
les miracles. Elle va pleurer.
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes!
Look at her. Heaven.
They're shining!
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Mingus, il y croit pas. Elle va parler?
Why are you weeping? She's mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
Ah, elle reparle. Miracle. Ah là là.
It seems through her faith in all of your lies, Mary has found a miracle. We can't keep trying to repair Kingsbridge by ourselves. Things are not improving. We're struggling to keep things as they are.
But we can't afford to hire help.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge what it used to be. We did before and we can do it again.
I'm not willing to accept a risk like that. Don't you remember what happened last time? My, how easily we forget.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make things better. Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let this happen? They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols.
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
Excusez le faux miracle, condamné à la supercherie. Bon, je sais pas, moi. On va dire excusez.
People need hope, and these travelers are giving them hope. Yes, it is a deception, but with good intentions. Mary speaks again. Is that not a true miracle?
You fell for them. You really did. And now you joyfully take part in their deceptions. I'm warning you. I cannot support a prior who tolerates heresy.
Your threat won't sway me. No matter how unconventional, their return and their gift are a blessing.
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. And now,
Il va partir.
I make mine. I resign. I'm leaving the priory.
Bah, ça nous enfin, on s'en fout. C'est tout ce que j'allais dire. Comme si t'allais nous manquer. Au revoir. Mais bon, il sait que c'est une supercherie, donc il a un truc contre nous.
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was. Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
On va peut-être qu'on va en savoir plus sur le père, parce que moi je pensais qu'on allait nous dire ce qui s'était passé.
Tom would have been proud of you. Of both of you.
Is she still here?
Hmm?
Tom's wife.
Oh, no.
No?
Martha and I moved her to Kingsbridge.
Ah.
She's with Tom now. He always wanted that. Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
But really? What were they like?
They were good people.
Ok.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father. He does.
Effectivement.
But they never came for him or asked about him.
Parce qu'ils pensaient qu'il était mort.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship? No. The king's family drowned.
My father was there.
Ah.
He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
You told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know he was innocent.
Ah, c'était juste pour le faire taire.
I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us. What happened then? They hanged him.
Ah merde.
I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet.
Ah oui, elle était dans son ventre.
He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
As if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom never.
Merde.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Yes.
Who were they? The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley.
Ah.
Prior James of Kingsbridge.
Ok.
And Archdeacon Waileran Bygod. They showed no mercy.
Okay.
Neither did I. I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret.
Le 1 il est déjà mort. Il reste les 2 autres.
The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
Ah. Comment on va les hanter? On va leur faire quelque chose.
We welcome our new prior, Remigius.
Ah, super.
He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus, from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the cathedral will be finished. And the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has not done so for himself. No, the Earl is not a selfish man. His mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering from a sickness. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs. I have spoken to God. I asked him, begged him to walk amongst us, to heal us. But God told me that only when this great cathedral is finished will he have a temple to reside in. No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect us from evil and false beliefs.
Château comme église, ok.
With this cathedral, we will bring an end to the dark times.
Waileran, by God.
Jack, what are you doing here?
My father died by your hands, Waileran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here.
Who are you?
Jack Jackson.
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild.
Okay.
All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
On a, comment on dit? On a déclaré la guerre. Voilà, je cherchais mes mots. Ils ont déclaré la guerre. Vous avez été Jonathan à planter un nouvel arbre. Vous avez prononcé votre premier sermon depuis longtemps. Vous avez approuvé la touterie de la Madone car elle donnait espoir aux gens. Elena et Jack sont de retour à Kingsbridge. Aux armes citoyens. Attends, chapitre 17. Allez. Yes. Pour une fois que le frère d'Alena il fait quelque chose. Après tout l'argent qu'elle lui a donné. L'orage. 1154, 11 ans plus tard.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought.
Oh merde.
3 years of hunger and poverty. England was brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages.
Ok. Au moins ils ont des murailles. Ah, elle est belle la
Bishop
tête.
Waileran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt. 4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret.
Qui était? Oh non. Encore la fissure. Encore la même fissure.
And everything changed.
Bah, y a beaucoup plus de morts.
Tom, I don't think you would have liked the sight of this. like the sight of this at all.
Allez-y. Oh, il a laissé pousser sa barbe.
I know. You've not planned the cathedral to be that high. But I reinforced the walls, like in Saint Denis. The storm shouldn't be that much of a problem. But if it's not the storm, then what is it?
Je sais pas, c'est la terre. Genre, le côté du mur est sur le point de s'effondrer. Pourquoi? Marteau et burin. Oh merde. Impossible de dire combien de temps il va tenir. Vu d'en haut, il n'a pas l'air si mal. Il y a de grandes fissures jusqu'en bas.
No. I don't want to break more stones loose.
Ok. Voûte, une petite fissure. La voûte n'est pas stable et ça, c'est ça qui abîme le mur.
The vaulting is cracked. This could be a problem.
Effectivement.
The roof looks all right.
Ça semble bien. Elle semble intacte. Les murs du nord et sud fournissent suffisamment de stabilité. Cela fait des semaines que ça dure. Le bruit et le sable n'arrêtent jamais. Comment ça se fait qu'ils ont du sable? J'espère qu'Alena va tomber. Va bien.
One day, people will fly, like birds, sailing on the wind. Rashid told me.
Ok.
I'd better be careful up here.
Effectivement, avec le vent, tomber très facilement. Le mur, donc on peut aller là-bas. Poutre en bois. C'est la même chose que tout à l'heure. On va aller en bas.
I'm not done here yet.
Ok.
If I make it worse, then will it...
Oui, on va plus s'habiller.
All right. One more time.
Ok, faut pas se tromper.
If the vaulting were unstable, this part would have collapsed and the wall would retract. The cause of the problem is not up here.
Voilà.
Tom.
Voilà en bas.
What would you have done now? When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. Yes.
Oui.
No matter what we did, it always came back. But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it. But the cause could have been the same in both cases.
Ah, c'est soit c'est la crypte parce que voilà, soit c'est le sol.
The crypt.
C'est vrai qu'il y avait un mur qui était creux.
Yes, Tom. You kept the whole foundation there as it was. But it never had to carry this much weight before. That's it. The problem must be down there.
They were enraged.
Ah oui, putain, il a bien
Bishop
grandi. Hein.
Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
Philippe, il l'a béni.
I think so too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip, I really am worried about you.
There is no need for you to worry, Jonathan. It is just a book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
do you?
Deuxième livre de Philippe, l'âme divine. Alors, l'âme divine, livre écrit par Philippe en 1148. Dans son texte, Philippe suggère que, vu que Dieu a créé l'homme à son image, nous portons tous une étincelle divine en nous. Et si nous avons parfois l'impression que Dieu nous a abandonnés, il est en fait plus proche de nous que n'importe qui, car notre âme est de nature divine. Ce qui signifie que l'homme ne soit pas attendre... ne soit pas attendre le salut de l'extérieur, mais que nous pouvons tout changer, le monde qui nous entoure. Nous pouvons planter une graine et Dieu le fera ensuite pousser. Le message d'espoir de Philippe a été entendu dans toute l'Angleterre et même ailleurs en Europe, mais l'Église est très critique vis-à-vis de ce texte. Dans son premier livre, Philippe n'avait fait que critiquer les faux miracles. Maintenant, il semblerait affirmer que tous les hommes étaient égaux face à Dieu, et que les membres du clergé n'étaient pas plus proches de Dieu que tous les autres hommes. Ok. L'arbre de Jonathan. Il résiste toujours à la tempête. Toujours droit. Ok, bah là ici. Jack, mince,
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there.
You shouldn't be up there risking your life. You should be with your children.
Tes enfants, il y en a plusieurs.
Sally and Tommy have been asking for their parents all morning.
Ils ont un autre gosse. La famille d'Alena et Jacques. La famille d'Alena et Jacques en 1554. Après avoir promis à Valéran de protéger Kingsbridge, Richard... Ah bah oui, Richard c'est son frère, c'est le frère d'Alena, j'ai oublié. Et Jacques ont passé beaucoup de temps à fortifier la ville. Depuis, William Hamelin n'a pas osé attaquer à nouveau la ville. Alena, qui a continué son commerce de laine, travaille désormais principalement à l'extérieur de Shireen. La plupart des toisons qu'elle vend sont produites à Kingsbridge, où Jacques a construit 2 moulins à fouet. Alena et Jacques ont désormais 2 enfants. Tommy a déjà 12 ans et sa petite sœur Sally en a 9. Donc 3 ans après. Genre quand ils sont revenus ici quoi. Martha s'occupe des 2 enfants pendant que Jacques et Alena travaillent. Certains affirment que Martha et Richard auraient une relation. Si c'est vrai, ils ont bien gardé leur secret, effectivement.
The storm is tearing our east wall apart. If the storm works, I work. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the fleece fair. She should be on her way back now.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
Ouais.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
Les fondations.
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late.
Ouais, que tout se détruit, ouais. Ça fait tellement d'années que faites ça. Oh, je vais voir les autres pièces.
That's not the way to the...
Ah, ok, bah je vais voir la crypte. Enfin, c'est une très grande cathédrale. La statue Rachid m'a donné, elle attirait autant de gens qu'Adolphus. Il n'y avait pas de sécheresse, s'il n'y avait pas de sécheresse de tempête.
Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. The reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope. Do you know what's going on here, Mary?
Ok. Te voilà, pourquoi est-ce que je descends jusqu'ici? Dis-moi ton secret.
That definitely wasn't here before. The cause of the instability must be down here. Time to get to work.
En ce moment qu'il fait pas tout tomber.
Here we go.
fait que ce soit faux.
Dear God.
Bonté divine.
These stones, they've been removed before.
Ah, ok.
Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
Mhm.
An entrance?
Et mais qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans?
To where?
C'est ça la question.
That's what we'll find out.
Oh, je sais pas du tout. Imagine.
Careful now.
Un tas d'or, ce serait bien pour eux.
You've got the whole east wall on top of you.
Jack?
Jack? I'm all right. I just hit my head.
Ah non, après ça,
It's
c'est
dark
pas de
in
lumière.
here. There's a whole room here.
A chamber.
Une chambre.
I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
Ok. Une tasse en bois. J'ai l'impression que c'est ça. On dirait une croix en bois.
That's not wood.
Ce n'est pas en bois.
It's metal.
Ok. Oui.
Gold,
Il y a
even.
des gens en dessous. Ça c'est bizarre. C'est long. Qu'est-ce que c'est? On dirait une brosse.
It's made of leather.
Imagine.
It's a whip.
Un fouet.
What is that doing here?
Chelou. Un peu comme un cercueil.
Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Uh-huh. It's a bed.
Un lit.
What?
Quoi? Attends. Quelqu'un qui se
There's a
pose ici.
bed in here.
C'est bizarre.
What? Jonathan, we need that torch. I
Oui,
have
un
the torch.
All right.
C'est trop chaud.
Come in here. Should be safe.
Un lit avec un fouet.
Did you know about this place?
No. No, I
Je l'ai
did
fait
not.
pour ça. C'est chelou.
I've seen this chalice before, when I was very young.
Ah.
It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge
C'est le
Cathedral.
calice qui dit qui a été volé. Le calice que mon père a soi-disant volé. Voilà.
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down, I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
Bah oui.
Whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge, the whip. It belonged to Prior James.
Ah.
I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral.
Ouais,
When the old cathedral burned down,
encore en vie, c'était lui.
there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
Donc il était pas mort.
It is you! By God and the devil!
Ah.
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw.
Oui, parce que pour lui, il était mort.
James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body.
C'est vrai, il est tombé dans un
Maybe
truc.
he hid down here. Maybe that's
putain,
why the
c'était
bed's
celle.
here.
Wait,
Ouais,
Jack.
2 minutes. Ouais.
you were in the burning cathedral.
Oui, c'est lui qui a
What
fait
were
le
you
feu.
doing there?
Vas-y.
And then I told Philip what I'd done.
Merde.
He just looked at me. Didn't say
Peut-être que j'aurais pas dû dire.
anything.
Enfin, normal. Tout ce qui s'est passé après, c'était à cause. Oh là là. Ah, le fléau de prière James découvert par Philippe en 1854. Quand il était enfant, Philippe avait peur du fléau du prieur James. Il l'a vu pour la première fois quand lui et Peter, l'abbé Peter, l'homme qui a élevé Francis et Philippe après la mort de leurs parents, sont venus à Kingsbridge. Des années plus tard, James a décidé que Philippe, désormais un jeune homme, devait avoir la possibilité de diriger sa propre cellule de prieuré. Ça jeune dans la forêt, mais à chaque fois que Philippe rendait visite à la maison de maire de Kingsbridge, il se souvenait du jour où il avait vu le fléau. L'abbé Peter n'appréciait pas l'idée que la douleur pouvait mener au salut, alors que le prieur James pensait que le châtiment était le seul moyen de nettoyer l'âme des tensions impies de la chair. Quand Jacques a dit à Philippe qu'il pensait que le prieur James était vivant le jour où la cathédrale a brûlé, Philippe s'est souvenu que quelques semaines auparavant, le chœur n'osait pas chanter parce qu'il pensait entendre quelqu'un dans la crypte. Peut-être entendait-il vraiment James caché dans la pièce secrète de la crypte, mais pourquoi? Pourquoi il a feinté sa mort pendant ce temps à Earth Castle? C'est la raison, je sais pas pourquoi il a feinté sa mort. Oula, il est un gros porc le monsieur, comme son père.
What do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these?
Comment vous avez appelé ça?
While your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promised them miracles. And you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again.
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
Okay.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife? They've not returned yet, Lord William. Then get me a whore. Now!
Waouh, sa pauvre femme. Je la plains. À la fin de la guerre et le traité de Wallingford en 1854. Après plus de 15 ans de guerre civile opposant Stephen et Maud, l'Angleterre était plus divisée que jamais. Après une confrontation finale à Wallingford, le fils de l'impératrice Maud, Henri II, et Stephen ont conclu... En fait, sa mère lui a donné son prénom. Okay. Henri II et Stephen ont conclu une trêve. Le traité fut par la suite signé à Winchester et à Westminster, selon les termes du traité. Stephen restera roi jusqu'à sa mort, et Henri II prendra alors sa succession. Le traité indique également que toutes les décisions prises pendant le règne de Stephen concernant les terres sont immédiatement annulées et reviennent en l'état où elles étaient à l'époque du roi Henri I, ce qui signifie que le comté de Shiring appartient à nouveau aux héritiers de Bartholomew et non plus aux Hamnate. Mais qui oserait aller s'opposer à William Hamnate? Donc en fait, il faut juste que le roi Stephen y crève et en fait, tranquille, ils récupèrent leur comté. Bah tant mieux, hein. C'est une bonne nouvelle. Au même moment, loin de là. Ouais, elle pourra en faire en fait. Mince. J'ai loupé. trouver un abri. Oh, il y a une genre de maison là. Et de ok.
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Ils ont pas dit mignon, bon.
Someone help me!
Ah.
Please! I need help!
J'entends des cris de l'extérieur, quelqu'un qui pleure. Pourquoi personne ne fait rien?
Doesn't anyone want to go and see what that was? Don't you hear it?
S'en foutent. Il se passe quelque chose, je n'interviens pas, personne ne le fera.
Didn't you hear that?
Ok, ils s'en foutent, ils s'en battent les couilles. Faut juste que je la trouve, je sais pas où elle est.
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse! It fell!
Ah mince.
I can't move!
Take my hand! We'll get you inside!
Elle est blessée où? C'est peut-être la femme de Hamlet, vu qu'elle a les mêmes habits que sa
We'll
mère.
only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you.
Elle a les mêmes habits que la mère de Hamlet.
I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Mm-hmm.
She took her.
Elle aurait dû la laisser mourir. Elle nous aurait pas manqué. C'est qu'une jeune fille, elle est dans tous ses états, la pauvre. Elle semble calme, je me demande si les personnes âgées et faibles s'en sortiront. Ok. Il nous observe, je ferais mieux de faire attention à ce que je dis. La pièce est pleine de fumée. Il y a de la soupe de la marmite. Semble très clair, ok.
Hold your horses. We'll see what happens.
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
And our dignity.
You still have yours.
J'imagine que je peux me servir.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
Ok, dis rien.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Ok, non,
Be
ils sont
assured,
pas
I will
commodes.
leave as soon as the storm ceases.
What's she doing?
She's avoiding eye contact.
I don't know. I think she's
Ok.
freezing.
Eat this. You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What? Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Maybe we should be
Je peux
kind
trouver
to
quoi?
No, they don't deserve our kindness.
De la viande, des bouts de viande fumée, même si elle est peut-être un peu, ça reste nourrissant.
Hey, what are you going to do with that?
I'm just going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the storm passes.
Just try to ignore it.
Je vous l'emprunte juste, c'est sûr.
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
It's all right. It's just a blanket.
Heureusement que la grand-mère elle est là.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die.
Mais pourquoi?
People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorced?
C'est possible?
Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
C'est juste parce que c'est la femme de monsieur, quoi.
Stop bullying her. Can't you see she's upset? How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like. And sometimes they recognize me, too.
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
Yes.
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Oh, please don't abandon me too. I swear, I'm not. I can't.
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it.
C'est toujours mariage arrangé.
It was an honor to be picked.
Ouais.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
We came from noble families. In fact, I was supposed to marry him at one point.
Heureusement qu'elle s'est pas mariée.
How come you didn't?
I found him unbearable. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
Oh, you're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
Mais c'est pas de sa faute, hein, les actes de son mari, voilà.
He's no earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
Non, mais il s'en fout d'elle, ça sert à quoi.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Oh, give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Sam, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
Oh merde.
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Oh merde. Lui donner sa dague.
Come with me to Kingsbridge. People will take care of you there.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her. If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
I won't let her go back.
It's all right. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for me. Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
Super. Putain. J'aurais dû donner ma dague. Ah là là. Au sujet de la femme de William, votre note d'Aliena, 1854. Est-ce mon refus qui a dégoûté William du mariage pendant les années suivantes? Est-ce à cause de moi qu'il s'est marié aussi tard? Après avoir rencontré Elisabeth, j'ai découvert qu'elle était la fille d'Harold de Weymouth, un riche chevalier soutenant le roi Stephen. Elisabeth n'avait que 14 ans au moment du mariage. L'évêque Wallerand les a unis dans la cathédrale de Charing et toutes les personnes d'importance ont été conviées à un large festin. Elisabeth est une jeune fille douce qui a dû se sentir honorée d'être choisie pour devenir la femme du comte. Je n'ose pas imaginer comment William doit la traiter. Raison de plus pour mettre fin à toute cette histoire. Ah là là. Vous avez trouvé la chambre secrète de la cathédrale de Kingsbridge. Vous avez confessé à Philippe avoir mis le feu à l'ancienne cathédrale. Le livre de Philippe est très critiqué par l'Église. La guerre entre l'impératrice Maud et le roi Stephen a pris fin. Vous n'avez trouvé Elisabeth qu'après être rentrée dans la hutte. Vous lui avez donné de la soupe. Vous l'avez aidé à se réchauffer avec une couverture. Vous êtes restée silencieuse quand Walter est entré dans la hutte. Ah bon? J'ai parlé pourtant. Chapitre 18. Hors la loi.
Dear Francis,
On écrit toujours à son frère.
letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book.
Ouais.
But only you know what my words in those letters amount to. It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout England and beyond. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop Henry. But that is not the only thing that keeps me awake tonight.
Reçu de la crypte.
Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it. But it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night? Jonathan worries about my book. The Divine Soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I had written. I am not naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free. If the church should ask me to clarify my position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times. And how could I write anything else if this is what I truly believe?
Lui, il va pas écrire des mensonges. Il a fait de la philosophie quand il a fait son livre.
The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws. We've heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were William Hamley's men.
Super,
We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. That the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right.
Terminer la lettre.
It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me he set fire to the roof so there would be work for his father, Tom.
My God. Save yourselves!
Emilius?
The saint! We must save the saint! Fire! The whole roof is in
J'aurais peut-être pas dû lui dire.
My God! Don't go in there! But Alphys, the saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late.
Trop tard.
And from a man who I have learned to trust.
Aïe aïe aïe.
This is the truth.
J'aurais pas dû lui dire. Mais bon, je me disais que peut-être que... On n'a plus confiance en Jack, ok. C'était un enfant, faut dire ça aussi.
I should get some air, Francis. The storm has settled down.
Des copies de mon livre, j'en ai offert une à Henri. Et maintenant il me menace.
I don't like to indulge in my own writings.
Ok. J'ai écrit mes sermons et c'est devenu mon livre. Est-il mal d'écrire ce que l'on pense?
I know them by heart. But Jonathan insisted we keep them.
Ok. C'est le deuxième ce mois-ci, Francis me manque.
Later.
Ok.
I need time to think.
Tempête s'est calmée, il y a encore de la lumière de
Jack
Cathédrale.
is still working.
Et
He always is.
ils reposent tous ici, mes amis proches partis avant moi. Quand mon heure viendra, je pourrai les revoir.
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried. And that is Jack's fault.
Pas vraiment. Si, bon, après, on n'a pas trouvé son corps, quoi. C'est comme, bah, il était déjà déclaré mort. Moi, je trouve que ça. Pourquoi il remet la faute sur Jacques? Jacques travaille toujours, peut-être. Voilà, peut-être ne parvient-il pas à trouver le sommeil.
A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
C'est bon, on sait que tu lui en veux. Ah oui, ouais, plus un peu.
Hello? I thought I saw someone.
On a eu plusieurs personnes. Jacques s'est surpassé, l'Angleterre n'a jamais vu une telle cathédrale. Ah, il y a des gens qui courent.
That came from the kitchen.
Ah, super, on aura volé les vivres. Ah non, je voulais pas rentrer à l'intérieur.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago.
Ah, ça va aller rentrer.
Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Voilà, deux.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
Oula, le pire. Ce sont des couteaux.
There's someone in here.
Comme si on les avait pas entendus.
Outlaws.
Comment ils ont fait pour rentrer s'il y avait des...
They are probably just after food. I will talk to them.
All right.
Please, listen. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Ok. Ah putain, c'est bon.
Ah! Jack, no!
Ça l'a juste à se réveiller. C'est lui, de quoi?
Brother Marcus.
Frère Marcus?
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food
Ah.
here from the kitchen.
Mhm.
Because of me, Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Et il refait la même chose.
Looks like he came back.
Ah, dis-toi Philippe, c'était soit toi, soit lui. Donc j'étais obligée.
You didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but...
What about him?
Don't be afraid. Ah!
Ah putain! Oh le bâtard!
Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
Espère, il est pas une espèce.
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child.
Qu'un enfant.
Jack forgave the child. Just like that.
Mhm.
And I forgave him.
Parce que c'était
For
qu'un
that
enfant.
was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child. Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
They were just looking for food. They didn't mean any harm.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crops. They must eat something.
Desperate or not, they're only the vanguard of a full-scale invasion.
If we had a decent Earl, the people wouldn't be starving.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Language? No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Un peu le roi, Martha restait fort défendre les... Ah, je sais pas du tout. Vas-y, Tommy, c'est un enfant.
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
Tu veux tuer
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Ou alors on tue William.
Well, what do we do about it?
Je ne sais pas.
Ha! You know, we could solve all our problems with one blow. We could either fight those outlaws, or we could make them fight for us.
Fight for you?
Right! We could make them attack William Hamley. And while they're busy killing each other, we can plan a surprise attack.
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and